We are live.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello, everybody.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
It looks like we might be by ourselves tonight, Bob.
So far.
Yeah. Of course, everybody knows that Ed is recuperating, so I don't expect to see him tonight. I sent him a link because I love him, and I didn't want him to feel like he couldn't show up, but I don't expect him to because I'd rather he spend his energy getting better. And
He had said something to me before he had surgery about that he hoped he could be here by now, so I know he hates it, but he needs to rest.
Yeah, he does. I don't want him to do
In fact, I
anything
think
to
he's
set
probably.
his recuperation downhill. My goodness.
I'm worried that he's overdoing it. Oh, God, I bet that was pretty inside my ear, huh?
And last I talked to Blackie, well, that's too bright now. Last I talked to Blackie, him and Sarah were like in the flood zone again. So I don't know if they're going to make it or not. Probably not since they aren't here yet. Oh my God. Hi, Derek. Haven't seen you in a while. Trying to get the light situation fixed here. Go from too bright to too dark.
I think you look better in the dark, Pam.
Do you?
Yeah, that's what they always tell me. They always tell me.
Keep Pam in the dark.
That must have been Mike.
Hey,
Mike's.
Daniel.
Hey,
Well,
Daniel.
who wants to hear about my fun day today?
Well, I want to hear more detail. I heard a synopsis, but didn't sound like much fun.
No, it wasn't much fun. I've got to try to sell a couple things tonight because I have to pay my rent tonight. It's the last day I can, and I don't have any money. So we got to try to raise some money. I was hoping to get this drawing done, but I'm going to have to try to sell it before I finish it because, like I say, I have to pay my rent. What happened to Bob? He disappeared. I'll have to watch for him. But anyway, the reason I lost a bunch of hours today is because I was going to the post office, and on the way, my truck started choking out. So I got across. See, I got across. There's an overpass that drops into town from here, which is about 3 or 4 miles, and then you're in town. About 5 miles actually to get to town from here. So there's a stretch of road that you can go about 45 for a while. So on that stretch of road, my truck started missing and like choking out on the way. So when I got across the overpass, I thought, shit, I had better, because it didn't quit. And I thought I had better get my butt home so I don't get stranded. So I turned around in the Safeway parking lot and got back out into traffic and was just turning to get back on the overpass again, and my fucking truck died and would not start again. Absolutely would not start. So there I am sitting in the middle of the overpass, or not in the overpass, in the middle of the turn to the overpass, in the middle of the intersection.
Hey, Derek.
With a truck that won't go anywhere. Traffic going around me. And I sat there for a while, like thinking, okay, I don't have any money for a tow truck. What the fuck am I going to do?
Well, did you show some lead? Did you get out and show some lead?
No, I was just sitting there like trying to start my truck desperately, and there was just no way it wasn't going to start.
I would have stopped for that.
It's not getting, it's not getting any gas. That's what it is. Oh, thank you, Adele.
Hey, Adele. I can't see what it is. I don't dare push another freaking
$1.99
button.
super sticker. So I'm sitting there and like expecting the police to show up at any minute. I don't have any money for a tow truck, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Anyway, I think it's not getting any gas, so I think it's probably one of three things. It could be a plugged fuel filter, which wouldn't be very much, or it could be a fuel pump, or it could be the fuel injectors, is what I'm thinking. Of course, it could always be something else, but that's what I'm thinking it is from the way it was acting. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, and at the same time, 3 cars pulled over and came over to ask me if I wanted help. There was a couple, like kids in their 20s, and then a young couple. And I said, yeah, I need some help. They said, you need a tow. And I'm like, yes, I need a tow. So the young couple backed up, and the other 2 kids helped them get my truck hooked up as fast as they could. And they pulled me home. And that was so
Well,
wonderful of them. I was rescued.
I have to fill in for Ed's humor since he's not here. What if they had taken a toe out of their pocket and handed it to you?
Yeah, right. So anyway, so my truck is dead in the driveway, and it took me hours to get all this up and get back home again. And I lost a bunch of time, and I didn't finish the drawing I needed to get done tonight, and I need to pay my rent tonight. So I'm going to show you guys the drawings so far, and hopefully somebody will be interested in it. But it's only like maybe a little bit, maybe 3/4 of the way done. But like I say, I have to try to come up with rent. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then my truck's broken. I don't know what I'm going to do. And
I'm wondering what that is.
huh?
Oh, I'm just wondering. I was about to point what that is in the floor over there. It doesn't look. Ooh, an owl. I can tell that.
So that is the drawing so far. Of course, I got to finish this wing. It's hard to. This wing here, and I got to finish the spot here yet with all the stripes. And then this wing just has. That wing just has some light shadowing and details and stuff to do yet.
That's a
So
big one. It's a big
it's
drawing.
going to be a nice one. It's like 6, a little bit over 6 by about 9 1/4 inches.
Hmm.
So that's what's going on. Oh yeah, they absolutely saved my life. I don't know what I would have done if they wouldn't have stopped to help me. I mean, I was in serious doo-doo.
I'm glad they weren't
Serious doo-doo.
that gang of teenagers that's going around towing old people and then stealing all their stuff.
Yeah, like I have something to steal.
I know. What kind of owl is that?
It is a snow owl.
It's good that Derek's here if you're going to auction that.
So how many people do we have in here? Should I do it now or wait a little
No,
while?
wait a little while.
Oh, we only have 10 people in here. Oh my God.
Somebody else may be finishing up, or I don't know who else is going.
That I've never had just 10 people.
Yeah, you have.
Oh, Aquafunk is live.
What's today? Saturday. He usually goes Friday, but he got some new fish I saw in the morning at 4 a.m, but I didn't
So
go look at the video.
I'll wait a bit because 10 people is not very many.
How many's over there in his?
Oh yeah, Dee Dee says Aquafunk is still going. So and of course everybody's going to be over there because
maybe
he's
he
a
might
lot of
have
fun.
10. He might have 10 too. He is a lot of fun. Skipper,
Hey, Skipper.
I wanted to stop in and say hi and good night all.
Good night, Skipper. I hope you're feeling better. Hi, Joseph.
Hey, Joseph Stanley. Skipper, we were counting on you. But don't feel bad. He missed your story too.
Yeah, you missed my story about my truck breaking down in town and getting breaking down in the middle of a busy intersection. And some kids stopped and helped me and towed me home. You missed all that, Skipper. It was fun. It's the story of my life.
Especially when they offered her a tow.
Oh, yeah, they towed me home. Oh, my God. They saved my life because I didn't have any money for a tow truck. And I was just sitting there trying desperately to start my truck, which was not starting. and thinking the police were going to show up any minute, and I had no money for a tow truck, and what the hell was I going to do?
Pam, I had your condition today. I woke up at 11 something.
Did you?
Yeah, 11 something, but that's good for me. But then I thought, well, I'll lay here a minute, and the next time was 2 o'clock, and then it was 3:30, and then I mean sleeping, going back to sleep, and then I'm like, well, let me check emails and stuff, and I didn't get up till like 5:15. It was 5:30 when I was feeding the cats and dogs their first meal.
Oh, wow.
I know, so I'll be up tonight for sure.
I have done that before, but
He's
yeah,
not getting any
Skipper.
better. Oh shit.
I know. I think my truck's not getting any gas because, like I say, I was on my way to town, and it started choking out, like missing.
I think he might be talking about his back, but I could be wrong.
Oh, he might be.
He
Oh
might be.
God, yeah, he probably is talking about his back. Hi, William. Oh, have you had your doctor's appointment yet, Skipper?
Yeah, it's a disc. He had an MRI and it's a bulging disc.
Oh no.
But I don't think he's been to like a specialist
That's what I
yet.
was asking, if he's been to the
Oh,
specialist
okay.
yet.
Yeah.
Hey, Nola.
Lola and William. And then there were 12.
13. We got 13 people in here.
I hope he's not trying to work with it like that.
Oh my gosh. He says he found out he has a 11 millimeter kidney stone in the upper left part of his left kidney. Those
Awesome.
hurt. Those hurt. I absolutely feel for you. I had one time, and I was in so much pain. So much pain. I couldn't get up. All I could do was lay on the couch. I couldn't move. I mean, it was really, really awful.
Dee Dee said she had the kid at the hair salon at 8:30, so a long day. Just passed that kidney stone like a man, Skipper.
Those hurt. And I mean, when I had one, it was like major lower back pain. Major, major lower back
Never
pain.
had one. Don't want it. I had a gallbladder stone one time. That was
And
bad.
then after like 3 days, I was finally able to get up off the couch. I mean, I was bad. And then I had like, then I was really worried because I had like blood in my urine, but I'm sure it was from passing it.
Skipper, did they have you straining your urine? If they're not, you should be doing that in case you pass it, because people go in for procedures and they pass the stone that morning. So they should have you straining it. I'm sure they do. Like peeing through a strain, coffee filter or something.
Hi, Sandy.
Where's Sandy? You must be ahead of me. Oh, there she is. Hey, Sandy. Working from working. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? Haku are doing sharp jumps.
Oh, that's really mean, Grasshopper. Really mean.
Skipper needs a refill of this.
So he has a bulged disc and a kidney stone at the same time?
I guess. Just the first I'm hearing of the
That
stone.
is, oh my God. Oh my God. I really feel for you, Skipper. That sounds like so much pain.
Sometimes they break though, Skipper. Yeah, it would be hard to pass that, but I would still strain my pee. Might save you from a procedure. Never know. I bet you got blood in your pee too.
Maybe
you're just messing with them.
Like pee through a fishnet.
Dee Dee, have you got some extra fishnets? She's not been lot lizarding a whole lot, it sounded like lately.
Oh, Oh my God, that just makes me cringe thinking about Skipper. Oh my gosh.
Me
If
too.
I was there, I would give you the biggest hug because I know you're in pain.
That would help it. All right. Good night.
Okay, good night, Skipper.
Can't believe he's working with all that.
Yeah,
Later, Skipper.
I would be like laying on the couch crying.
Let me know if you need a note. I'll give you a note. It won't help, but I'll give you one.
Yeah, I hope you get better, Skipper.
It sucks. Surely he's got sick days, though.
Yeah, I would think you'd be taking some sick days because that sounds bad. I
That's
hope you
good.
have your appointment with the specialist soon too.
Me too. Both specialists.
You might end up having to have surgery. I don't know.
That's where that short-term disability comes in. You know? Don't you know? I'd like to hear from, in case I forget, what Derek's up to.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen
And,
Derek in forever.
I've seen him around a little bit lately, but not to talk to him, you know.
He says he's got to warm up his coffee, so he'll be right back.
I've been doing water changes. I've got to fill up the betas in the little Dharma 2 bowls in a minute. Have everybody in this room done then. Don't forget to hit the like button. I should have shown my pots. I was going to send pictures to Monica Lynn because she made me that moss pole, you might remember. And the plant I'm going to put around it, she sent me some tape that matches the moss, you know, to tape it around there.
Yeah.
I've got two of those, you know, one came from the dollar store and one I bought from the antique store was the real deal. They're like Asian looking pots, flower pots. They've got the lip on them and they're, what do you call that stuff? They got designs on them. They're shiny. They bake them. Anyway, I've got two of those and I don't know which one I want to put that plant in. The other one, I'll put that palm up there in the air. Everybody got quiet. This is when we need a ukulele, Pam. I could do a snake feeding.
So I'm going to show everybody the drawing again, although it is not finished yet, but I'm going to have to try to sell it tonight because I have to pay my rent tonight. It is a little bit over 6 and a little bit over 9 inches long. And I'll probably put it on like a I don't know.
I tell you what.
I'll mount it though so that it will go onto a go into a of course the wing and part of his belly isn't done yet. It's a snow owl. The underside of his wing just has real light markings.
Are you sure that's a 6x9?
Yeah, it's about 6 by 9. It's a little bit over 6 by about 9 1/4.
It's looking awful big for some reason.
Well, it's bigger than most of them that I've been doing.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to try to cramp the wing spread and stuff too much, so I made it bigger.
Hey, Big D. Hey, AB Kitchen.
Hey, Big D.
Tar Heels, baby.
But like I said, I'm going to have to try to sell it tonight unfinished, and then I'll finish it probably tomorrow. AB's Kitchen, hello. Fishbrella Corporation?
Yep, I made some investments, Pam. It is beautiful work.
Is this where they serve the holy water and bread chips? I don't think so.
Maria was in Skipper's stream earlier, and she said she was lurking from bed. So
Oh,
I think it's her back again.
oh no.
I think she told me that, or Aquaria Life told me that
Kiwi, hi.
the other night. Am I glistening? How the hell am I glistening?
It's going to be a really nice drawing when it's done.
I just had a shower like 30 minutes ago. Not even that. Maybe it's hairspray, like hairspray on me or something. Or did I even spray my hair? No, I didn't. I don't
You were
know.
sick for about 8 days. Your kidneys got overloaded. I am sorry. Sorry, I've been sick. I was sick for a couple days again because I could not leave the bathroom, to put it mildly, and as politely as I can say it. I think that having my gallbladder removed does a lot of that.
Yep. I begged you not to get it out. Begged you, begged you. You know what? I just remembered they used to call me, Daniel, they used to call me doe skin when I was a kid because I had such nice skin. They did. Maybe it's luminescence from that. I am fanning myself, but I'm not sweating. Not hot. I'm drinking coffee, that's why I'm fanning myself. I hardly ever sweat, at least not my head. People need, hey Kiwi, need to know that. Derek, we want to know what do they call that? The T. We want to know. See, I keep up with all these things through my nieces and nephews. What's going on with you? I know you were staying at your grandfather or helping your grandfather. Hey, Kiwi again. So what's the deal? What's up? Where are you? We need to know.
Yes, we need to know what's going on with you.
You need to know your personal stats.
Yep, yep.
I thought I was going to do a snake feeding, but he went back in his little hut. Oh, no, there he is. Oh, you little beggar. You're so cute. Oh, he knows it too. He knows it. Must be a lot. Or he's ignoring you, Pam.
You're still in Texas. What are you doing in Texas?
Said he's living there now.
If anybody wants to come up, I got the link pinned up at the top.
I wish you could get Rack up there for Mike. I'm going to show y'all
Yep, it's a
something.
quiet night tonight. We got no Skipper, we got no Ed, and
I did
no Blackie and Sarah.
It's working. So I already asked Mike this. Wait a minute. I can't see the screen. I got this at a good price somewhere. And I was thinking about putting it in either the chameleons thing right in the very top or in the tree snake, the bush snake. And Mike said the snake, but I've got a lot more open space, negative space in the chameleon. Hey Pam, I've got a video of the chameleons doing the nasty tonight.
Oh no, hi Benoski.
I posted it. I thought they'd been up to it because of the way she was acting. And she acted like he was having his way with her. But guess what? When he finished and went away, she followed him and pushed him out of the way and got on him. Like, is that all you got? It was so funny. I got it all on video. So I gotta get a nest made for her. Little baby chameleons.
Oh my God, when I lived in Texas, when I started job hunting in Texas, I don't know if it's changed. It probably hasn't because, Texas. But when I went to try to find a job in Texas, I was so horrified. In Texas, if you work in food service, they don't have to pay you minimum wage. So I was checking out jobs, and like one coffee shop offered me $20 per day for an 8 or 9 hour shift. $20 plus tips at a coffee shop. And
I didn't know.
The golf course offered me something like $25 a day and split half the tips with them. Checked at the there was a nursing home that was looking for people, and I know this was years ago, but this was still really sucky at the time. They were paying like $5.20 an hour, and it was going to cost me $3 an hour for a babysitter, and they were offering me $5.20 an hour.
That's what I started at as an RN when I graduated school. Working in open heart ICU.
Well, this was like I had just been working at Disneyland for $8.50 an hour, and here I was getting offered, like $20 a day. It's like, oh my God, it was going to cost me more than that for a babysitter.
Yeah. I didn't have the babies, but I saw that Derek said his grandfather passed away in October.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, Vanoski. He's looking for a better job. What kind of job are you looking for? I still know people in Texas. Oh, pet boy this week.
Yeah, the food service is absolutely horrible in Texas. Yeah, $2 an hour plus tips? No. Yeah, no. I ended up finding a job as a secretary, which paid a little bit over minimum wage, but Texas is bad.
My first real job was $1.72 an hour, which was minimum wage here, and that was in, I don't know, like 1970 in high school.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Texas has this rule where you don't have to pay minimum wage to any food service job. You don't have to pay a minimum wage, and they don't. And a lot of them will do something like $2 an hour and then take half your tips too. So Texas kind of sucks in that way.
You wouldn't fart for $2 an hour. Oh my God, that girl that's selling her farts in a jar, making a killing. Yeah, I think you could sell your farts in a jar. It's got to be some weird people or weird dogs. It's really amazing how all that works together, the cost of living and the pay, and the pay never catches up or keeps up with the cost of living. Never.
No.
You got a raise for disability, for it's all one now that I'm a certain age. Supposedly, they tell me whatever, but it's combined. But I got a $20-something a year raise. No, a month. So making 27 an hour in 2001.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. There was a steakhouse that needed a manager, and I had management experience. But as manager, you didn't get any tips, right? And they offered me to manage the whole restaurant, $6 an hour. $6 an hour. And I was like, oh, hell no. And
How
that was
did they?
without no tips or anything.
What year was that approximately?
It was, hang on, let me think for a second.
Like a lot more retired. I don't, Big D,
It was
but
about 15 years ago.
damn, that's rough.
So it wasn't that long ago. I mean, minimum wage was like 7 something an hour.
I make about Big D about half of what I made right before I took disability. Now I make about half that. So, so. But no bills except utilities. I paid my truck off. I know I told you all that before, but actually I didn't. The man was supposed to move the money at
Hi,
the
Mr.
bank,
IMC.
and I kept waiting to write the check. So now I called him, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to do that." And I'm like, "But the payoff was only good for 10 days." Well, I'll do it today. And I'm like, "Well, I can't get a check there in 2 days, so it's going to be more. I don't know how much more yet." So pissed about that.
Scotty,
Pissed.
hello.
Hey, Scott. Verdule, I'm thinking it's getting close to time that you're going to be on the Sunday night panel. $40 an hour to deliver pizza. Wow. But what is gas to drive for an hour? I don't know. Still probably making a lot of money. I think you have to go on another stream first. No, you were on Rico's and then you're going on somewhere else.
Oh, very cool, Mike. Mike, that's neat.
I thought that was a python you got, a ball python, Mike.
Oh
That
my
bird
God. Gas was close to $7 a gallon in California.
Tuesday. Oh, okay. So it's somewhere this Tuesday.
How much you got for gas there, Bob?
It's gone down to under $4 now. It got up to like 4.40 or 4.39, but it's down. Some places you can get it for 4.90. The place I got groceries, if you buy their gas, then out front, it wasn't Walmart, but Food City, you get 15 cents off a gallon. So that's where I've been getting mine. But
It's it's
seven.
about 3.90 a gallon here right now.
That's good. Well, to fill up a tank, it's $75 in my truck, and I think it's only a 20-gallon tank.
Yeah.
370s. Yeah,
365. That's good.
it is good. I'd like to see that 299 again myself.
Yeah. I think last year about this time it was, but it sucks because
Shh.
they have the gas, but the gas companies are fully taking advantage of the situation and sticking it to us is
Yeah.
what's going on. I mean, it doesn't have to be that high, but the gas companies are basically a monopoly and they are sticking it to us.
Yeah. I saw something about, I didn't really read the details about where a lot of our reserve stuff was being released, and that
Yeah, I
might
saw
help.
something like Biden was releasing like
Oh, okay.
400 billion barrels or something like that
Yeah,
to try to bring the gas prices back down.
I hope so. I hope they get it released right now.
And they're also talking about knocking off the federal gas tax for a while too.
I wonder how much that is.
Yeah, if the government would stop them, it would be nice. I know he was threatening them, but the gas companies pretty much own the government, all the
Oh, did
government
see,
officials.
I
So
saw something about that. Said the gas companies have all of this land bought up to lease, and they're not even drilling on it. They're saving it for the
yeah,
future, and they were going to take it back. It was federal land. That's what I saw.
yeah.
Yeah,
That like I say, they have the gas, and they have. I mean, they're just their profits. The gas companies' profits are have shot up in the last year. I mean, they are making a outrageous profit on gas right now. And I know when my ex-husband used to work in the oil fields, every time they hit gas, they'd just cap it and move on to do
yeah.
another one. They didn't,
I need to
they
hook a
didn't even
garden
try to
hose up.
get the oil out of it. They just cap it.
Yeah.
So I imagine there's a lot of that out there too.
McGill said it's 529 there right now. Babysitters are expensive. Nola said she pays for all their clothes. What? Their
Yeah,
diapers,
that's for their
formula,
nephews. That's yeah, they got a good deal.
food when they are with me. Surely they reimburse you. Surely.
It got up into the 60s today, but I think we're supposed to have snow maybe
Who's that?
tonight or tomorrow. I think.
Who's that? Oh, that's the new cat in the chair under the table tapping my leg. It's the first time she's done that. What you doing, Mama C?
Is it? Oh, we got in the 50s for the next few days, and we're supposed to have some snow Tuesday. So spring is here. I mean, for Wyoming, this is spring. We'll still have a few more. We should
Getting,
still have a few more heavy snows before spring is actually
yeah. I
here.
remember when you had one in May.
In June, last year
June.
was June 8th. We had a real heavy snow.
Who drilled the well and capped it. And yeah, Joseph Stanley said the same. And later, the fracking crews would come in and finish the well. I bet that was good money. Dangerous too. Surveying in Alaska pays well. I saw. Got to be able to outrun the bears though.
I remember when my ex-husband was doing that, and he was laughing when he got home from work one day because they had a this young kid on their crew, and they capped the well, and then they were breaking it down to move it, breaking down the drilling well, to move it. And he said he looked up, and there's like this long arm where they run like a line to that you can use to like an emergency to get down off the well and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big arm way up high, and then a line running down from it to the ground.
Like a zip line.
And the kid, yeah, zip line, that's what it is. Yeah. So the kid was on that where the arm came out holding the line, and he was supposed to take that down, right? So he looked up, and the kid was sitting on the arm taking the bolts off. And he's like, you might want to get on the other side of that.
Hey Holly, can you get your brain washed so to spend it on a made? This bonus is with nothing to show for it.
the main thing I remember him about him working on that is he stunk. His clothes stunk. Everything
Mm,
in the house smelled. It was like
worse than the
mud.
diesel smell.
What they call the mud that they use just stunk terrible.
Mm.
And I remember somebody told me if you wash the clothes in Pepsi or Coke in the washing machine, it helped. But it just like the whole house smelled.
All-based mud. Joseph said was the all oil-based mud.
I don't know what kind of mud it was. I just know he called it mud, and he just stunk. His clothes just smelled horrible and smelled at the whole house.
Fishing more. That sounds good. Fishing more.
Well, I think I'm going to see if anybody wants to buy this drawing. If they don't, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm supposed to have my rent paid by tonight, or tomorrow I'll be getting a eviction notice. And there's not a whole lot of people in here, but we'll see. And I don't know if anybody wants to buy it, but we'll see. So I'll show it again.
I just bought my Dual's little.
I wanted to have this drawing done by tonight, but like I told everybody early, I went to town earlier and my truck broke down in town and I was towed home and all that kind of really good stuff that happens when your transportation breaks down. So yeah, so that took me a while. So I didn't get the drawing finished. I probably got about 2 hours left to finish it.
I wonder, Joe, if Joseph, if that Dawn DAWN detergent stuff, they use that for like oil spills. Would that help that?
Oil-based mud is very nasty. Your skin will turn black and hard to wash it off. Yeah, I think that must have been what it was, and it smelled terrible. And the other thing I remember, we were in Montana, and it was so cold that his beard froze, and he accidentally broke off a big chunk of his beard when it froze.
Oh my God!
Like it just broke off. I still remember that too. It was cold. I think it was like 40 below.
Dang. What did he have in his beard? That stuff?
Just your from breathing.
Oh.
So this is the drawing, like say the wing and this part of the underbelly here will have, it's all like markings. I got to finish that. And then the inside of that wing there is going to have real light markings because it's the inside of the wing, and it's a snow owl. And like I say, I'll probably have it done either tonight or tomorrow, but I didn't get it done for this. But I still got to try to sell it because my rent is due. And the drawing is on handmade bark paper, and it's
That's
a little
nice.
bit over 6 and a little bit over 9 inches. So if anybody wants to make a bid on it, please do so.
I think my frame of reference must be, I'm not going to say that, but that does look awful big to me.
Well, it's about almost twice the size of it's over twice the size of the usual ones I do that are 4x6.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So does anybody want to make a bid?
You got Ardell and Derek here as auctioneers. So is that going to be white with like black edges on the feathers? I'm trying to think what they look like.
Yeah. Basically,
Okay.
yeah, it's a snow owl.
Yeah.
So, but it's in the wintertime, they're almost all white, and in the summertime, they have a lot of bars on them, which this one's in the summer.
Oh, okay. So not as white. So do they shed their plumery, their feathers.
They must, because like say in the wintertime they're almost totally white with just a little bit of black markings on them.
And
And in the
rabbits do
summertime they
that
get
too.
bars on them.
Rabbits do that too somewhere.
Yeah. Do we have anybody interested at all? Evidently not.
Daniel was bidding on that piece the other night that I got. I don't know if he's interested in this. Or even if he's in here. He usually says good night though. Yazzie, I'm gonna tell Pam. Poor old Milo. Milo wants to lay on the bed beside Yazzie, and Yazzie's passing him. Yazzie. Milo's old. He needs to lay down too. Poke. I need to send you some pictures, Pam, of reptiles. And send you one of them doing the nasty. Ooh. Daniel said, would you take a starting bid of 100?
Oh, that's not very much, but I need anything I can get right now, I guess. So yeah.
You said you're going to put that on the background? Or no?
That?
The owl. Did you say you were going
Oh
to
yeah,
put it
I'm gonna mount it on
down it?
a board, on a mat board, so that it's frameable.
You know, this plastic vine looks just like, what about that? It looks just like the real plant. Exactly like that. Except the real plant doesn't have the cutout edges, just the holes like that I'm about to pot. Any more poke? That fish and chips talk's got me craving Captain
Any other
D's.
bids?
What are the people that bid are not in here? Maria, I don't see her. Jess is not here. Keep going. I'm trying to think who the.
Yeah, there's just not very many people here tonight.
Not that bid. Ollie's in here. I think she bids sometimes, doesn't she? Big Dave bids sometimes. I'm just trying to look and see. Derek, do you have tanks going? Get down in the nitty gritty now. Patrick Hardy's not in here. Just looking at his address there. They're sending me his fish. Pam, I know you're going to be getting a nice gift toward the end of this month, but that won't help you today.
No.
Oh, I've got somebody something, and I won't let them give me anything for it. I told them
Ed, hello.
just to give you something.
Hello, Ed. I know I couldn't get my messenger open, Ed, so I sent you an email. I don't know if you got it or not. But I sent you the link just because I love you and I didn't want you to feel left out, but I didn't expect you to come up. So I want you to get rest and get better.
Yeah, get some
But I'm
rest,
really
Ed.
glad to see you pop in and say hi.
We'll get some rest in.
Yeah, I didn't even really want you to come up tonight because I want you to get better.
Good night, Ed. Get some rest.
Yes, get some rest.
Well, I got 2 tanks. I'll be setting up. Thing jumped. I'll be setting up when I get some more money. Yeah. Where's that money? Night, guys. Night. It's so sweet. He always does that if we're messaging late at night. He'll say night. You don't need to be doing specific ones. Go on to bed. Good night. Good afternoon. Fascinating. Why'd you from Stray? I just went live. Hey, Brian.
Kaplan Creek, hello.
We're right in the middle of an auction. Brian. Maybe you ought to show the picture one more time, Pam. Can you post your PayPal link? Nola said. I'm sure Medora will do it or not. There you go.
Okay, I'll show the picture again. We're trying to raise rent money because tomorrow morning I'll get an eviction notice from these idiots that own the place now.
Oh, Ed just sent me a
not
message.
Totally done. I still have to finish the wing, and right there gets a lot of pattern, more dark bars. Oops, the hole right there, and then the inside of the wing has markings, but they're real light. But I got to do that yet. It's a snowy owl.
Ooh,
and it's
no.
going to be really nice. And I've got probably 2 or 3 hours left to finish it.
No,
and I was gonna make sure I had it done today, but I ended up wasting a bunch of time in town because my truck broke down, and some kids stopped and helped tow me home, and broke down in the middle of an intersection, and it was great fun, and that's why I didn't get the drawing done today.
Well, Nola bid 150.
150, okay, 150.
I was going to say Ed sent me a private message just then saying he forgot it was Saturday. Sorry. Good night, Ed. Good night. Go to bed, kid. Another thing, till I see how much more my payout's going to be, Pam, I don't dare do anything else. Because it's 4 weeks till I get any more money. You know how I love the birds. I'd say Nola will get that and give it to me. How's Foxy, Brian?
Yeah, it's a 6x9, basically 6x9, a little bit bigger than that, but rounded down, it's like a 6x9 drawing. And I'll probably mat it to 11x14 so that it can be dropped into a frame.
She says hello. Oh, hello, Foxy. What's on your Teespring, Pam? I'm trying to remember. Cups, mugs.
It's on my Teespring. All kinds of um, art stuff.
Shirts and cups. I probably don't have a shirt big enough to fit me. Shirts and hoodies. Yazzie, come in here and lay down. Oh, heart thing. Okay, I need to go lay down for a while before it's donut time. Anybody want to come help me make donuts? Mike, if you would send me some samples, it might get me in the mood to make this morning. Oh, you better get some sleep. Watching for samples. Get a dozen, right? I haven't had a donut in forever since I've been a diabetic. Well, I probably did and didn't know I was diabetic yet, but that would put me in a coma. You know it. I'd go right to sleep like 30 minutes. It's not good. The Dunkin' Donut guy. Oh yeah, just to be an old fashioned, just the first, the donuts. Well, not the first, because I know back in the day they were just the original. Just one of those, a fresh one, hot one. Yazzie, you want to see Pam? Come here. Come here. The Pam's on here. Come on. Let me catch you. Yazzie, come here. What are you going to do when I get so old I can't bend down like next month? Glazed is the most popular. I like the chocolate filled and stuff also. There she is. She doesn't have that little dog with her. Yazzie, look here. There's the Pam. Yeah, she's ignoring you. She's being mean. Current bid is 150. Maple bars are, oh, I love those too. Hey, Terry. What's up? Got an auction going, Terry. Came right at the right time, right in the middle of it.
He must be talking to you. He said, "What's up, sexy?"
He's talking to Yazzie. He's talking to Yazzie.
Oh yeah, I'll show the drawing one more time. This is not finished. I still have a little bit left to do on it. I got to try to sell it tonight because tomorrow morning I'll get a eviction notice if I don't have my rent paid. But that's why I'm selling it even though I'm not quite done with it yet. The reason I'm not quite done with it yet is because I went to town today and my truck broke down in the middle of an intersection, and some kids stopped and helped me, and then we towed it home and all that good fun stuff that takes up a bunch of time and leaves you stressed. But this is the drawing. I still have to finish the wing, which is going to have light markings on it because it's the underwing. And then the little hole in the middle of the belly is going to be all like barred.
Barred, that's the word I was looking for.
Barred, yep. So this is it. It's on handmade bark paper, and the approximate size is rounded down at 6x9, but it's slightly bigger than that. And I'll probably put it on an 11x14 mat board to frame it.
After that time, I'm so broke I can't pay attention. Big verb. Somebody is going to get an awesome drawing for a great price.
Mm-hmm. Right now we got 150 on it, and it's about a $300 drawing or so. I haven't figured it out, but definitely somebody's going to get a good bargain on it.
I wish it was me.
Oh my God, thank you, Daniel. Oh my God, Daniel, that was nice. Thank you. Daniel sent me some money.
Nice.
And it all helps right now.
Hey, Bunny. Oh, there's Bunny. Got an auction going, Bunny. Still got time if you're interested. It's a snowy owl in flight. Let's see what she says. Current high bid is 150.
Bid's at 150. And the drawing isn't finished. I'll show it once more. The
People are
drawing's not
coming
done
in.
yet, but I've got to sell it tonight. I'll probably finish it tomorrow because I got probably about 3 or 4 more hours, and it's somewhere between 2 and 4 hours left to finish it because it's detail what's left. But I'll show it unfinished because, like I said, I have to pay my rent before tomorrow, so I've got to pay it tonight. So this is it. So far, like the underside of the wing and the hole in the belly there aren't done yet.
Oh, yeah, I see.
And it's a it's a snowy owl in its summer plumage in flight. And it's about a little bit over 6x9 on handmade bark paper. And I'll probably mat it to an 11x14.
Oh, that made me remember a Spanish word. La pluma. She can't join this evening. Alrighty.
Well, I know right now is like not good for anybody right now, I think.
If I didn't have that damn truck payment, I don't know what it's going to be payoff because of the bank. I would be all over it. You know that.
So I think we should go ahead and let Nola get it for the 150, which is really, really, really a good price, Nola. Believe me, it's a really good price for this drawing.
I know it is.
So I think go ahead and do the going once and stuff. It is a steal, absolutely. But it's okay because Nola has gotten a lot of stuff,
Yeah,
so I don't mind Nola getting a really, really good deal on it.
me either, but I'd rather Bob was getting a really good deal.
So congratulations, Nola. I'll send you a picture of it when it's totally done.
Oh, one auctioneer has it sold and the other's going twice. Bunny. Bob, do you collect other fish fans
Oh,
art?
he's got other fish fans art.
Oh yeah, Pam's, Scunge Princess Sarah, bunch of Priscilla's too. I've got a lot of Scungy's originals. Well, they're all
He's got
originals.
some really cool ones
And
for
I've
her.
got some of Priscilla's really nice originals, like she did for Aquashella
Yeah.
and stuff. Some of that stuff, so it's pricey stuff. Yeah, so that's 3 I collect routinely. Why, you got something I can collect? Just saying. Art of what? Art aficionado. I don't know about that, but I just collect. I like, and they're all different styles. They're all very different. All 3 of them. Oh, Derek said he's ahead, so we're behind. Do you do art, Joe Stanley? Or videos? I'm not sure what you mean. Get some of my fish and bird things. Oh, and bird things too. You just missed Ed Bunny. He popped in to say goodnight.
Oh, I would like to see your work sometime, Joseph.
Me too. Well, it's not like a comparison of the good. It's just the style.
Yeah, you can't say anybody's artwork is better than somebody else's. It's
No,
art. Art
right.
has no exactly um
Prescription. Description.
it's not, they're not, one thing is not better than another thing is what I'm trying to say.
Look at the
Can't
difference
compare
in yours.
artwork and say one person's is better than another's.
The
I
difference
have
in
that
yours and
one print that
Sam's.
I tried to auction off the one night, but nobody had any money. I could try it again.
What's that?
Oh, thank you, not Nola. No, I got your address, Nola. You don't need to send that to me. Thank you, Nola. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's what you need to do. Is if not tonight, another night, have Joseph come up and show his art.
Yeah, he should join us one night on the
See that?
on the
His
art stream.
gallery shows a few times.
Oh, there you go. Why don't you like come up?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see if I can sell this print for anything. Oops. Still got it.
I didn't realize you were in those stirrups till you started taking them down.
Huh?
Nothing.
Well, my chair's tipping a little bit because one leg came off of it, and I've got to um put it back on again. So I'm like on a three-legged chair. It's like a metal chair with like spokes that come out, and then it's got wheels, and one of the wheels came off.
It happened on my mower. It was a rude awakening when it did too. He said he'll get stuff together and come up sometime, Pam. So there you go.
That would be great. Okay, so I've got this limited edition print here, and it's actually worth quite a bit because it is the last one that I have out of the edition, and it's a really, I think it's like can't quite see the light. I think it's number one of 100 or something like that.
I must have that one already.
Yeah. Oh, it's number one of 50. So it's actually worth quite a bit. And I don't want to sell it too cheap.
I don't have that.
Hang on. Let me blow myself up here. It's a 16 by 20 print, and it can go right into a 16 by 20 frame because it's a print of oil painting, and it doesn't really have to have a mat. So you could get a 16 by 20 frame and then put put glass in it and drop it right in, and it's showing up too dark. Let me see.
That's pretty cool.
So let me see if I can. But like I say, it's like number 1 out of 50.
I think it was better the first way. Maybe not. I don't have
You
that.
can kind of get the idea.
A lot of detail. I'm not going to say what.
I could pull up a photo of it. Might be better to do.
Yep. I'm not going to say what.
See it better. So hang on. Let me see if I can get the photo of it up.
Don't say it looks like a picture.
But like I say, it's big. It's 16 by 20, and it's number 1 out of 50, which it's actually worth quite a bit of money. Believe it or not.
Is that the last one?
It is the last one that I have. Yeah.
Damn it.
So let me find it first. Hang on. Let me find the photograph of it. That's not a super good photograph of it, but it'll work. Hang on.
As you look at Flurry. Isn't he cute? How so Flurry is, don't you? Isn't he cute? He's watching us. He's hungry. He's watching us. That's weird. Yazzie knows who Flurry is. Isn't he cute? He's watching
There
us.
it is.
Everything I do is fluid.
Is it showing up?
Yes.
So if anybody wants to bid, I would say at least $60 for it. Then I'd take a bid. Below that, I won't, because like I say, it's worth quite a bit.
If I knew I wouldn't have checks start bouncing. Can't do it. What about a swap? What about if Yazzie comes out for a few days?
You'd swap Yazzie for it?
A few days. Yazzie, you'd like to go to Pam's, wouldn't you? All right. You could get Mario straightened out for her. Yeah. I didn't know that, Ivy. Cool. Yeah, a heat pack. I'll even put his little yellow polo on. Him, I wish you'd tell a story.
story.
so Yazzie could revel in your voice.
TNW Aqua. Hang on, I'm figuring out how much I'm short. Because I'm kind of worried.
Hey, Ryan. Story time.
Story time. What story?
About the bird. Hey, fish streams. Oh, well, you have us. You officially quit smoking. Well, congratulations.
I am $110 short, so not very much.
About the time the bird flew in the house.
I did have a bird fly in the house one time.
So,
Actually, no, it didn't fly in the house. Mario brought it in the house.
oh, but it flew away
We
from
had
him.
a cat door at the time in this house I was living in, and I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to the sound of a bird screaming bloody murder. And I turned on the lights, and this poor robin was sitting on top of the curtain rod, just screaming up a terrified scream, with Mario staring up at it with his tail twitching. And the poor robin had a bunch of feathers missing. But I managed to take a kitchen towel, and after a bit of work, throw a kitchen towel over it and step outside and turn it loose. I don't know if it made it or not, but it did fly off.
I'm sure
But
it
yeah,
did.
Mario was a shit and caught this poor robin and brought it in the house.
I
Another
remember.
time, well, pre Mario, when I lived in the Dalles in Oregon, I had a mama cat that had kittens every spring, and she was a really good hunter. And she had a batch of kittens, and what she would do, she taught her kittens to hunt. When they got big enough, she would start bringing them like half dead animals or slightly wounded ones and let them finish killing it. She was teaching them how to hunt. And I remember one time she jumped in the window, and she had a damn squirrel's head in her mouth because she killed
Ooh,
a squirrel and she just had the head. And when she let go of it, you heard this sound, a popping sound as it popped out of her mouth. And I was like, oh my God. But another time I went down in the basement to do the laundry, and there was a laundry basket sitting down there. And I went to reach for clothes to put in the washing machine, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, I didn't know that the kids had a big lizard toy. I mean, this thing was like that long. And I reached for it to move it out of the way, and it ran off, and I was like, oh my God. I'm sure that was the cat.
you never found it?
No, no. It was a big lizard, though.
Where was that at?
It was when I lived in the Dalles of Oregon.
Oh, squirrel head one was gross. I had a big blue cat. Well, it wasn't mine, but that hung around here when I first moved here, and I would feed it, but I couldn't catch it, trap it, or anything. I did eventually, and got it adopted. Um, Oliver's what I named it, and it would wait on me to come home from work and put the garage up and all that, and I'd feed the park foster cats and kittens in the garage. And anyway, one day I came home and there was a big, huge, like gopher rat laying right on my mat, coming from the garage into the kitchen, and brought me a gift, I guess. Nasty little fucker. We have no life. I know that's right. The chat moved as I tried to time someone else out. It happens. You mean just now? Sorry, fish dreams. I didn't know there was any foolishness about. I hope I can make it to September. That's when my annual eye exam is. I'm ready for a stronger prescription. I know that. Same each time. Yeah. Surf City Cichlids. Hey, you punchy. Happy Saturday. Not everyone. We're trying to spark another story from Pam. Yep. Well, that got 3 out of you. Hey, Ricky. Yes. Yazzy's figured out that foster cat I have is under the chair, under the table in the chair. Yazzie, you're too smart for your own good. Look here. Yazzie, look here. You need to leave the other critters alone. What about the time that you ran over that man?
Everybody knows I ran over that guy, though.
I know, but it's a good story. Yeah, she is about to auction off a print. I gotta get my fish foods falling out. Hey, Yazzie. Yazzie. Did I feed you babies? I did, yeah. Leave her alone. Get him, girl. She's gonna smack you. She's growling at you. She's only 5 times bigger than you. Speaking of Mario's, Robin sent you an email or two, Mardor said. It must be about murder, or attempted murder. I'm not telling. That's okay.
Last summer, oh, do you guys want me to tell you that story?
You know those times when you find out who your friends are. Oh yeah, I definitely know that. I think we all know that. They say
So
they're on the.
this was many years ago. Hi, Holly. Hi, PNW. Okay, so this was years ago when my kids were fairly little, and I was living in the Dalles, Oregon. And the Dalles gets really hot in the summer, and there was going to be this bluegrass festival on the rodeo grounds, and the rodeo grounds sits like down on the rocks by the river. But so we were going to go to this bluegrass festival. It was like all day long from like 8 in the morning until 8 at night. So we packed up the kids and stuff and some lunch and stuff like that, and we got down there, and it was really a cool festival because they had like there was about 10 different bands that would take turns playing, and then everybody sat in the rodeo arena on blankets and stuff, and they had beer gardens set up so everybody was drinking. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, we got down there at 8 o'clock in the morning. We just parked in like on the side. They had a big dirt parking lot, so we were like in the front row because we got there early. We were in the front row of this big dirt parking lot, and people started like they started lining up people behind us too. So so anyway, first thing I noticed when we got there was when you looked upriver, it was all hazy. And when it's all hazy like that, you know it's going to be a really hot day. And it was a really hot day, and everybody was drinking a lot of beer, but I don't care for beer, so I wasn't drinking anything. I just had some tea. Oh, Merdule sent me some photographs. Cool. I just had some tea to drink that I brought with me. So at about 8 o'clock, when it was over with, everybody was pouring out in the parking lot. Like I said, it's been really hot all day. And my ex husband had drank quite a bit, so I was going to drive. And I kid you not, we had this big old boat. It was a Chrysler Newport, which I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember them, but they're
I
basically like
remember
a
it.
great big
Yep.
old Cadillac or something. They are
Yep.
a big old car.
That was Chrysler's Cadillac.
Yeah, yep. And anyway, so I first thing I did was like it was hotter than hell inside the car, so I turned the car on and just let it run, turned the air conditioning on and let it run and shut the doors. And then we were leaning against the car talking with some friends that we'd gone there with, and we decided that we would go to a pizza place and have dinner together. So after we talked for a while, they left and they were heading for the pizza place, and we were going to join them. And I swear to God, that truck like sat there for at least, I mean, that car sat there cooling off for at least 5 minutes, probably closer to 10. Big old motor, it was a loud car, right? It was a big old boat, big old gas hog boat. So anyway, so I climbed in, and I looked behind me, and there was like 10 million people behind me getting in their cars and walking in between the lines of cars and stuff. And in front of me, there was nothing but open field. So I was gonna like pull forward and pull around and get on the little trail leading out of there, and that way I wouldn't have to try to back up with all the people behind me because there was nobody in front of me. So I'm getting ready to go, and I asked my husband if there was anything in front of me. And you got to remember, he'd been drinking, but he looked out the window, leaned out the window and looked, and he said, "Nah, there's just a blanket and a pair of tennis shoes. Don't worry about it." So I was like, okay. So I started to pull forward, and I felt the car roll up on somebody, and then I heard somebody screaming, "Get off, get off, get off." And I backed up and burst into tears. And my ex-husband started yelling at me saying, "Go, go, let's get out of here." And I'm like, "I just ran over somebody." And yeah, and
Yeah,
everybody in the
just
parking
saying.
lot was coming running and stuff. And I got out, and what I did was I rolled up on this guy's legs, because there wasn't just a pair of tennis shoes and a blanket in front of me. There was a goddamn person sleeping underneath the hood of the car in the shade.
Mm-mm.
And he was, no doubt, he'd got drunk and passed out. And I broke one of his legs.
See?
So they like loaded him up into his car, which was right next to mine. I mean, God damn it, why didn't he lay underneath his own car? But he laid underneath my car in the shade, and then I broke his leg when I rolled up on him. So, like, oh my God. So we finally got out of there. They loaded him up, and they took off for the hospital. And I was like bawling my eyes out. And we finally got going and got to the pizza place. And my friends that were there, Jeff had a really sick sense of humor, which is probably why he was a good friend.
Right.
But they asked us what took us so long, and I burst into tears again. And I said, I ran over somebody's leg, and he's probably going to sue me. I broke this guy's leg. And Jeff looked at me and he says, he can't sue you. He wouldn't have a leg to stand on.
Nope.
I swear to God, I wanted to kill him.
I hope you didn't tell the judge that.
Actually, no, I went up to my insurance office the next day. I think I had State Farm or something. And I went in and talked to the agent and told him that I'd run over this guy. And I told him the whole story about how he'd like passed out in front of my car and stuff, and his leg was broken. And he started laughing. My insurance agent started laughing. And he was laughing so hard he was crying. And the whole thing shook me up so much that I probably spent the next year looking underneath my car every day before I drove it to make sure nobody was there. But yeah, my insurance agent thought it was funny. And then after about a month or so, the guy started calling me at home and leaving me messages to call him. So I didn't call him. I called my insurance agent and said, this guy's been calling me, trying to get me to call him back. And my
First time
insurance
Pam
agent
killed.
told me to ignore the calls because the guy was mad because the insurance wasn't going to cover it. And I said, well, why not? Because I have full insurance. And he says, well, the insurance won't cover it because he wasn't a pedestrian. Seriously, they wouldn't cover it because the guy wasn't a pedestrian. He was laying
What?
underneath the car.
That sucks.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Fish Dreams. I hate it when that happens.
Ryan said it was the first time you killed, but it wouldn't be the last.
This is true. This is true. But anyway, so that's the story about when I ran over somebody.
I hope that fish streams. I lost 4, the last couple years, but they all went on their own.
Oh, my daughter just sent me enough to cover the rest of the rent, so I have it now, guys.
Oh, she watching?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I have it.
Awesome. Yeah, you need to sign up for that supplemental sleeping bum insurance. It's kind of weird that they didn't call. He didn't have any liability in that. I don't know. My State Farm is really good. I pulled too far off the edge of the driveway when I first got my truck. So big, I wasn't used to it, and got stuck. Even though it's 4-wheel drive, it's really steep along the edge of the woods. So I called the insurance, and they're like, "Sure, it's your off the road stuff," and they came right, sent a tow truck out, and got me right out. I was surprised.
I got to check my account real quick and see if I've got enough. I think I do.
Oh, what am I eating? Sorry, Bunny. I'm eating. Yeah, they're tomatoes. I buy them by the case. I go by and just pick at them, because being diabetic, they're not sugar free, but they do it. Got lots of taste, and these kind you just leave on the counter. I keep the lid on them because I have cats that like to counter surf. Saw Dharma's tail go by. Jake always backs me up too.
Oh my God, I'm only $20 short. Damn it. Oh shit.
It is fish dreams. Dharma, I know you're standing there. I'm trying to decide if I want to feed you or the fish. I guess since you're
You know
the
what, fish streams? Some of you haven't heard the story about what happened to me today, so I'll tell it over again. Sorry for people that were listening. But I went to town today because I was going to go to the post office and stuff. I've been having a little bit of trouble with my truck not wanting to start and kind of choking out sometimes. Like it's not getting gas for some reason. So I was a little bit nervous about going to town, but I wanted to get to the post office. So town is about 5 miles from here. And you go through this little section that on the edge of town. I live like right outside of town. And go through the section where it's 30 miles an hour, and then it goes to 45 for a while, and then it slows down to 30, and then you cross the overpass into town, into the main part of town. So when I got in the part that was 45, my truck was like choking out, like hesitating, And so by the time I got across the overpass, I was thinking I'd better get my ass home again because this truck is not running right. And I don't want to get stuck somewhere. So when I got to the Safeway, I pulled into their parking lot and turned around and headed back for home. And when I got to where you turn to get on the overpass to go back to my side of town, it was right in the middle of the damn intersection, and the truck died and would not start again. So there I am, sitting in the middle of the goddamn intersection with a dead truck and not enough money to call a tow truck or anything. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck am I going to do? And I forgot why I was telling this over again. Oh, yeah, because I was sitting there, and one thing that's kind of strange about me probably is that I've lived here for about 5 years, and I don't know anybody in town. I don't have any friends. I've never made any effort to make any friends. I don't really like people bugging me. And my friends are online. So I know that sounds really awful, but I'm sitting there and I've got no friends to call. I don't
Pam,
have enough money for a tow truck.
You need to get in the dating scene there, Pam.
No, I don't want to date. So there I am, right? and 3 different cars pulled over with like 20 kids in them. And they asked me if I needed any help or if I needed a tow, and I said yes, I could really use a tow. So one of them had a Jeep. He like backed up to me, and the other 2 helped him hook up a tow line real quick. And this young guy, they're probably like in their late 20s, this young couple, they towed me all the way home. Can you believe that? They towed me about 20 miles an hour, but all the way home, and that was wonderful. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I gotta check it again. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Oh my God, you just saved my life again. Thank you. I have enough to pay the rent tonight. Yay. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel.
And have a good night. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Nola. And thank you, Pam's daughter.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
What's her name? Her real name?
Jessica.
Jessica. I had a niece named Jessica.
So anyway, that was the story of my morning. It was wonderful. But anyway, yeah, the reason I retold the whole thing was to tell you how I seriously don't have any friends. I don't know any of my neighbors. A couple of them like wave to me when I step outside, but I have no idea what their names are or anything else. And that probably sounds strange to a lot of people that, have all kinds of friends and know their neighbors and stuff. But I'm basically kind of like a hermit, except for online. And I would probably get really depressed and stuff if I didn't have all of you guys. But I love you guys, and you guys are my friends and who I talk to. And I look forward to my streams a lot because basically you guys are my total social network, if that makes sense. You guys are my friends. Okay. And there's Derek. Say hi to Derek.
Hey.
Hi, Derek.
Hey, Pam. Hey, Bob. What's up? Well,
Yeah, without you guys, I'd probably get depressed and stuff because I don't have any friends. But you guys have always been there for me. And I talk to you guys and I talk to my kids online. And that's because my kids all live far away too. So, but as far as having like actual face-to-face friends, I don't.
Holly, that sucks.
So anyway, that's why I love you guys and I look forward to my streams every week because my whole social life is here. Does that make me pretty pathetic, huh?
I still think if you had a baby, it would take up some of that slack time, that emptiness.
No. That's just gross, Bob.
Why? You couldn't take care of a baby?
I'm too old for babies.
No.
I had my youngest when I was 42. That was plenty old enough to have another kid.
42.
Yep, I was 42 when she was born.
Guinness.
Yeah.
Guinness book.
So there. Now, you guys talk for a second because I'm going to go and pay my rent online right now so that I don't get an eviction notice in the morning.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep.
I'll come on phone. There we go. Sorry. Come on. Okay. Is this going to work? Okay, I think that's working. Sorry, my signal is just being a little cuckoo.
I got it before midnight, so I shouldn't get any extra late charges or an eviction notice. Yay!
That's good.
Because on the 3rd of the month, this place is so stupid. On the 3rd of the month, they will send you a 2-day eviction notice on the 3rd. Plus charge you an extra $50. So I did it. Yay, guys. Thank you.
Awesome.
Everybody sent in.
So what's up with you, Derek?
Nothing much. Just one day at a time.
Daniel acts like he thought I was proposing sex to him. Maybe that was his fantasy. When I was talking about you need a baby. Jesus.
Thank you, Madrill. Yeah, but yeah, I've been kind of taking a break from YouTube.
That sent his butt to bed. Daniel. He's having a fit. Not Joseph. I can't
He's
wait
still
to see the
vocal.
heart.
Oh, Joseph. Okay, we'll see you Wednesday night.
Night, Joseph. Thank you, Fish Dreams.
Is that Yazzie barking?
He's having a fit, but he already ate his supper because the caddy was trying to bully in the dining room. The new one, Mama C. Yazzie! Yeah. She's on Prozac already. He's barking at her because she's eating. Leave his butt in there and go on and back in there.
Oh, that's what Star does to me. Because I'll usually like fix my plate and sit down at the computer to eat. And she will bark at me and bark at me and bark at me until I give her bites. And I have to admit, I spoil her. I give her bites of whatever I'm eating. But she'll sit at my seat and start barking at me.
Oh, yeah, my cat used to do that to me all the time. She'd love to get up while I was eating.
Did you take your cat with you, Derek?
Years ago when his kids were young, when we were all young, my older brother they went to the pound and they got a dog at the pound. And he had 2 boys and they were really excited. But they went to the pound and got this dog that was she was a poodle cross of some kind. And her name was Charlie. Well, they brought Charlie home. And on the way home, they stopped at Burger King and got hamburgers. And then they brought the new dog in the house and stuff. And they all sat down to eat their burgers and fries. And this dog that was fresh from the pound went from one person to the next person and sat there and stared at them until they gave her a bite, right? And she would take a bite, get a bite of their hamburger, and she'd move to the next person. Well, the last person around the room that she came to after she got bites from everybody else was my brother. And my brother looked at her and said, I am not giving no damn dog part of my hamburger. And every bite that he took, she whined at him, right? Every time he opened his mouth to take a bite, she whined.
Oh, God.
He got down to the last bite, and he opened up his mouth, getting ready to take the last bite, and she growled at him. I thought that was so funny. I mean, she seriously growled at him when he opened his mouth to take the last bite. I love dogs. Fish Dreams. Fish Dream says he wanted to reach out to Bob about my dog that I have to euthanize, I've never had to euthanize a dog and out.
Mm.
When I had to euthanize Buddy was like 90 pounds, and I couldn't lift him up into my truck, and he couldn't walk anymore, was why I had to euthanize him. His hips just flat quit working, and he couldn't even take a step. And I couldn't get him up in my truck. So it took me about 3 tries, but I found one of the vets that would come out to my house and euthanize him and then take him away, was what I had to do.
Mm.
But euthanizing your dog, a lot of people just take him into the vet. Yeah. I know. I loved Buddy so much. I still miss him.
I miss Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I came on here. Know it, Pam?
Buddy was like the best dog. He was just a really special dog.
Mm-hmm.
But answering her question, I have had, of course, I've had a lot of dogs, and then the ARC and all that. But the last couple that were small, that really needed to be euthanized, I took in. And they sedate them, and listen to him still having a fit back there, and stay with them, and one of them just went to sleep on its own when they sedated it, didn't even have to be euthanized. And then I had a big one, like Pam said. I had a Mastiff Bloodhound. She was 160 something pounds, and the vet came out here. She had cancer and did it for me. So, but thank God I didn't have to take Daniel and Rico and Toby, and it just all went when it was time.
It actually, it's really hard to do, but it's not that hard on the dog. I know Buddy was, I got him outside, like half carrying him. I managed to get him outside to wait for the vet, and they pulled up, and there was 2 of them, and she got out and filled his hips and stuff and said, yeah, there's absolutely nothing that can be done for him. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me a few minutes to say goodbye to him, and then she gave him a shot, and he was asleep within 30 seconds. He was just sleeping, and then she gave him the shot that put him down.
Yeah. He probably got so much relief. He was probably in so much pain that he wouldn't let him sleep. So.
He probably was. It was time, and I knew that I was going to have to do it, but I kept putting it off as long as I could help him to get outside, I'd put a towel right in front of his back legs and lift up his back legs and help him get outside. But the morning when I knew I had to make the call was because he couldn't even stand up at all. He couldn't even get up at all.
Yeah.
So it was the last time I had to do it.
Congratulations, Ryan.
So that was a Sunday morning, and all day. Sunday, I gave him all of his favorite treats all day long, and then I made the call to the vet on Monday morning. So it still breaks. On Facebook, when one of the pictures comes up in my memories, it just it almost makes me cry because I really, really love that dog.
Yeah. It's hard for me to look at pictures too. Really hard. I'm glad you got Star though when the time was right.
Yeah, she helps a lot. She's good company. Although she's a little shit.
Is she? Star.
It's a little dog for you.
Oh yeah, exactly. Did you hear me say? Did you take your cat there, Derek? Yazzie was barking. So
I think I almost caught that. No, I didn't end up taking my cat because I was afraid of her trying to run home and just getting hit on the road.
Right.
She was established where she was. I just left her with my mom, my stepmom, and my dad.
Yeah.
they're taking care of her now. Which is good because she likes where she at. She's kind of a indoor outdoor cat.
Yeah. I was just still completing your
And my
chart,
grandmother
your
has a
chart.
dog here.
Oh, she does?
My grandmother has a dog here. And, yeah, and she just absolutely is bad on cats. So cat would do that.
What does she have?
Hmm?
What kind does she have? Sorry.
What breed? Or
Yeah.
it's I think it's a red healer mix.
Oh, I love red healers. Yeah. Yeah, I bet it is hard on cats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she loves to chase them.
It's still going in there.
Mm-hmm. How many fish tanks you up to?
Me?
1 million. He's got 1 million.
No. I had 80 with fish and water in them, and then I converted a salt one into a reptile tank, and I've got agama lizards in it right there, and then I converted one into a snake tank. So I've got 78.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah, I'd heard
definitely
you.
at
Is
70
that
more.
counting all of your small ones with the bettas?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's counting everything, bowls and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not all
How's
big tanks.
how's Sandy doing? Sand Creek's snake.
Sandy's a big old boy now. He is.
That's good.
Seeing if he's out right now. No, he's gone back under his big hide. He was out earlier watching me over there. Yeah, he's big. He's 4 feet or coming up on that.
Wow, that's good.
And since him, I got another little ball python like him named Reggie. And then I got a milk snake and 2 corn snakes. And they're wanting me to feed them. They're so cute. They're right here. And 2 chameleons. And I still got the big lizard, that blue tongue skink. So I got a bunch of reptiles now. And the agama lizards. Lots of reptiles. That's why I changed my name to Taylor's Aquatics and Exotics, and then I changed it to reptiles. There you go.
Ah, yeah.
What's that art collector that I see sometimes?
Cool.
Younger, dark bearded guy. Wants to buy your originals.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is either.
30 gallons I found on it. And I said money.
You broke up. I don't know if it was me or you. Everybody else might have heard
It might
you.
be me.
Had some
My
audio
signal
problems.
is not so great here. See if this works. Can y'all hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got 230 gallons I found on a job, and got them for like 50. Need to get those set up when I have more money.
What are you planning to put in them?
Probably some plecos.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Want to try some? I want to get into pleco.
May I suggest
PNW
the
Aqua
name?
says, may I suggest the name Bob's behemoth snake?
That would be false advertising, though, wouldn't it, Ryan? That would be, what do they call it? You put out there?
False.
Yeah.
Oh, Mario knocked the door open. I'll be right back. It's getting cold.
Knock the door open.
Yeah, he knocked the front door open. He can do that sometimes.
Him, you're not afraid to be sitting there like that?
I'll be right back.
There's a lot of mean people out. I bet they'll be sorry, though, if they push that door open.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah.
I suggested the name Bob's behemoth snake.
Yeah, I want to go for some bristlenose, possibly.
I've got some juvenile super red bristlenose.
Ooh,
babies.
Pretty.
Yep. I don't know what you're looking for, but I've got some of those. I had the dad and Maria Z sent me some other super reds, and that's where the mother came in for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's probably 30 or 35, 40 of them.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I guess whoever that was got Pam. I don't know where she hides her art. Damn it.
Well, you don't have to sell all our art tonight.
No, keep it.
Yeah. It's just a slow night. But I made it, and that's all that counts. I get some stuff done for next week because now I got to start saving up to get my truck fixed.
Yeah.
Oh.
You think that's the
fuel
pump?
It's not one thing, it's another.
Could be the fuel pump or the fuel filter.
Yeah, or the fuel injectors.
Or the fuel
injectors. A possibility, but it's definitely whatever it is, it's not getting the gas. That's what the problem is it's not getting gas.
Well, have you thought far enough ahead to a plan to get it get it looked at or get it somewhere?
Well, my mechanic is only about a mile from here. So I'm praying and finger crossing that when the time comes, I can get it started and get it to run long enough to drive it there. If not, I'll have to tow it. Get a tow truck and tow it. Which I know tow trucks cost like $75 to even fire them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid almost $200 for a tow truck once. Just to follow me.
The worst one I ever did, oh my God. If you're ever going to break down, do not. No, the gas tank is 3/4 full. So it's not, I've got lots of gas in it. Don't ever break down in Yellowstone.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Never. Because, okay, the first thing I found out, I broke down, I had a wheel bearing go out. So I pulled off the shoulder of the road and I started calling around. The first thing I found out is there is only one gas station allowed in Yellowstone Park. And they are the only ones that are allowed to have a tow truck in the park. So there you got a monopoly right there, right?
Yep. And you have to pay the pay.
And you pay through the nose. They had to tow me to Yellowstone or to West Yellowstone, which was maybe 10 miles, and it cost me $350 to get
Wow.
towed 10 miles.
It's crazy.
$350. And there was an accident and they were busy. So I sat on the side of the road from 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I got a hold of them until 10:30 that night before they showed up.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they towed me out to this mechanic place. Well, that's the other thing you got to really watch is any of the mechanics that are in a entryway city into Yellowstone sock it to the tourists. I mean, because you don't have a choice, right? I mean, people are here from, like, say, on the East Coast someplace, and they break down, and they're gonna like charge you through the nose.
Mm-hmm.
So this happened like on Saturday night, and they towed it to this mechanic place and left it there. And I got a ride home. Stayed with a friend overnight, and then got a ride. She gave me a ride home the next day. So Monday morning, I get up, and the first thing I did was check my bank balance, and the damn towing company had charged me twice. So they took $700 out of my bank account.
Ooh.
So I called them, and they said, "Oh, that's a problem with your bank, not with us." So I called the bank, and they said,
What?
"Well, the towing company's got to take it off. We can't do anything about it." So I called the towing company, and they said, "No, it's your bank's mistake. The bank has to take care of it." And I called the bank again, and it went back and forth about 4 times. And finally, the lady at the bank says, "Give me their number. I'm going to give them a call." So she called the towing company and got it straightened out, and that $350 got taken off, which was giving me heart attacks.
Mm-hmm.
$350 charged twice is a
That
hell of a
did me
lot
up.
of money. So then I called the mechanics, and they said they'd get to it by that night. So I called them back late in the afternoon, and they'd gotten to it. And they gave me an estimate of $2,500 to fix my truck. Well, my truck is not worth $2,500, you know? And they said after 3 days, they would start charging me $40 a month. Or, I mean, $40 a day for storage. $40
Well,
a day
actually, nowadays
for
it might
storage,
be.
right? So I asked them what was wrong with it, and they gave me this whole long list of stuff. And the wheel bearing was just one of it, but they said I needed a new transfer case and
Oh, that's what they
da
always do.
da
They
da da da,
every
right?
little thing in there.
So I called up after I absolutely panicked. I called up my and this is in West Yellowstone, which is one of the gateway cities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have a deal with the towing company, which screwed me over in the first place with the money. And then they have a deal, that mechanic has a deal with the towing company to bring them all the cars, right? That's how it works. And then they charge the crap out of you to fix it. So they got this whole little racket thing going on. But anyway, I called my mechanic that I had in town, and I told him that my car had broke down, that my truck had broke down, and these people said it was going to cost me $2,500 to fix it. And I read off the list of everything that they said. And he started laughing, and he said, "Pam, your truck's got over 200,000 miles on it. You can't fix everything on it." He says, "Get it into me somehow." He says, "It's probably the wheel bearing is what's wrong." So he says, "Get it into me somehow." So he hung up, and I'm sitting there figuring, how the hell am I going to get it there? Because it was like over 100 miles away from where I lived, right?
Yep.
So I'm going, what the hell am I going to do? Well, finally, I got this bright idea, which was probably not totally honest of me. But I got online, and I signed up for AAA towing. And when you sign up for AAA towing, you have 2 days wait time before it goes into effect. So I waited 2 more days, and then I had my daughter drive me out to the towing place. Well, I expected to have to give them like 2 days worth of storage fees by that time, so $80. But I got there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they'd already closed up shop and gone home. So I was like, okay. So I just jumped in my truck and hobbled off. And I got out of town, like limping on the shoulder of the road with my daughter following me. I got probably about 5 miles out of town, and then I pulled off the shoulder and called AAA and told them that my truck broke down and I needed a tow. So I don't know, it broke down. It's making noise. I don't know what's wrong with it. So then, the funny thing is about Yellowstone Park, like I say, you can't have another tow truck other than that one company to tow you in Yellowstone Park. And where I ended up pulling over, when you leave West Yellowstone and head like towards Bozeman, there's one section of Yellowstone Park that kind of intersects the highway for about 2 miles. It's just like the corner of it kind of intersects and goes over the highway for about 2 miles. And I was just before that. So AAA was having a fit because they said the tow truck would have to take me like 40 miles out of the way to circle back around this little section of Yellowstone because they couldn't haul it through Yellowstone. So the tow truck driver got there, and he said, don't tell anybody, but I'm going to tow you through that little section. He says there's not going to be any park rangers in that little tiny 2 mile section. So he gets my truck up on his tow truck, and Courtney and I were following him, and he drove like a bat out of hell. I kid you not. That tow truck driver drove so fast through that 2 mile section, and then he kept going so fast. And I saw at one point, like he went around a corner, and the front door, the driver's door, my truck flew open, and then it slammed shut again when he turned again. And I was just like, he was driving like a bat out of hell. But it was a little bit over the 100 miles, and AAA will only pay like once a year for a 100-mile tow. So I ended up owing the tow truck driver $70, which wasn't that bad, or $74, I think. And it cost me $120 to fix my truck.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah, the stupid place there at West Yellowstone wanted $2,500. And I even asked him, I said, can't you just fix the wheel bearing? Nope, can't do it. You have to fix everything on our list or you don't get it back. What assholes, huh?
Yeah.
It cost me $120 to fix my truck.
Mm-hmm.
And it cost me $100 for AAA, I think it was $74 for the tow, and $120 to fix my truck. So that was a hell of a lot better than $2,500.
That was street smarts.
The moral of the story is, don't ever break down in Yellowstone Park because you're going to get screwed by the towing company. Anytime that you call and they say only one towing company is allowed in the park, you know you're in trouble.
I'm actually wearing a Yellowstone t-shirt, so.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, you are. Yep. I love Yellowstone. And I went into Yellowstone so many times, and that is the only time I broke down inside the park. But, oh, man. Like I say, Yellowstone is not the place you want to break down in. I don't know how other national parks are, but you definitely don't want to break down in Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was street smarts there. That was crafty.
Yeah, it was kind of almost dishonest, but hey, I got my truck out of there and got it fixed.
And when it comes to money, nothing's just, well, I will say, I can't say that. So you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Yep, that was it. You got to do what you got to do.
Tim, were you in the Girl Scouts or the Brownies? Or
nope.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Me and my parents had that similar thing happen one of our cars we broke down in Florida, and they wanted to just fix every little thing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. They try to screen, especially like say at the gateways into the parks. They
Mm-hmm.
and where they got to deal with the towing company to bring everything to them. You know you're going to get screwed.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so that was my breaking down in Yellowstone story.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Somebody asked me about the Pacu. It was Aquaria Life. He still has a scar. Got the heater burned there. It's the one on the right. They're so jealous.
Ah.
See, it's healed there.
But it's healing really good.
Mm-hmm. He's still going.
Fish Stream says me and her are coming to live with you, Bob.
Come on. Come on down.
I prefer to live alone.
Put you doing water changes. Yep. Use all the help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've noticed you in a couple of streams, Derek. I hope you're going to be able to start coming in more.
Yeah. I have you around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll try to pop in more. I've just been kind of on a long ass break. I have been popping into a few streams here and there. Was on Kenny's stream Friday night, but he wanted to stop because it was Big Tank Hank was going.
Yeah, I should get off pretty quick. It's like almost 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are left?
Hey, Chewy.
All the important
We got
ones.
24. I'll leave it going for a little while longer, unless you guys are getting tired.
All the cool. I got to feed fish for another hour or more. Yazzie, you are ridiculous. Come here. I'll get you. Varmint. Now you got Milo up too.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the Yazzie?
In the cat's food.
Oh, of course.
She finally walked away, so I'm letting him get what he wants. Yazzie. 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 Look at
Hi,
him
Uncle
ignoring me.
Balls. Hi, George.
Yazzie.
Totally ignoring me. Poor old Milo's coming to see if he can scratch out the grout at Milo.
Hey, Uncle Balls.
Hey, George.
I'm going to be on for probably another half an hour if you want to come up for a little bit, George.
That'd be cool.
The link is at the top of the chat, pinned to the top of the chat.
Yep, link is pinned. That's a nice fish.
I'm trying to get that Pacu some of this big food. Oh, baby. There. There. Get them. Good. They're big pets, Derek.
Yeah, I've heard they get big.
Come here. Come on. I don't have any food, so come on. They love to come over and let me scratch on their head. Come on. He's still got some food in his mouth. Yeah, leave him alone.
Hmm.
Come on.
Have you seen him feed him the fruit and nut trail mix? They really love it.
They love that.
Yeah.
Come on. Here he is. He's a good kid. The other one's the one that really sucks it up.
Hmm. Are
Look
you?
at him. Look at him. Look at him. Just like puppies. They are. Come on. Oh.
They kind of have derpy faces.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to that Triple Crown event in Kentucky?
I'm going to try to. I'm hoping to.
Yeah, I'm
Here we
trying.
go.
I'm going to see how things goes. Got to get some more money.
I'm hoping to.
Like
I can. Go ahead. I can drive it. So, real easy.
I would drive it, but it's like 8. I think
Night,
it's an hour
Myrtle.
drive.
Thank you.
See you, Myrtle.
See you, Myrtle.
Thank you for the pictures of the kitty and the robin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's like I think over 18-hour drive.
Oh, wow.
Not doing that by myself.
No. It's a long way.
Plus, I need to get new tires for the car. I had one morning where I was going to work and I had a flat tire and did not notice it till I was at a gas station.
Oh, no.
And it was just ruined. I had to get a whole new tire.
Well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Were you able to get just one?
Yeah.
Because the last time I got I had one that was totally bald. And I stopped at 3 different tire shops and they wouldn't replace just one. I had to get at least 2 and they preferred 4. I think it's because it's a 4-wheel drive or something.
Oh, yeah, because it would pull maybe or something.
Hello.
Hello, George. How are you?
Hey, George.
How you guys doing?
Good. What's up?
Not much. Just hanging in here. I got my rice fish today, finally.
Did
And
you?
they didn't look that great, but I know tomorrow after, they settle down here, they're going to look good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to get on your live the other night, but I just missed it.
And, one thing I figured out, every time I go live, I'm not supposed to move my phone. Just set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I got to show any of my fish, I have to do a separate video on the species that I have.
Yeah.
For some reason, the internet always messing up with me.
It's probably a combination of the fish tanks and water or something. Something blocking the signal.
Derek, I'm gonna have to buy a new modem soon.
Fire at it. Or I think
So
that's
how's
what you said.
everybody doing? I see that's Bob showing the fish, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
rather than me, everybody's seen them all before, but at least it's better than looking at me, right?
Today,
Right.
I saw my LFS have like 7 or 8 of them warus. They're panda warus. They're nice and big already.
Wow.
$95 each.
Oh,
Yeah.
ouch.
Whoa.
Surprise.
Good
Hey,
money.
Ian.
Nice fish.
Hey, COC.
So did you get a dozen of them?
That's $1,200.
Yeah.
Right. Marie said not today.
No.
No. Christmas, I guess. I don't know.
I thought I had expensive fish. Obviously not. Well, yeah,
There's-
this kid can get up there. I seen this kid's going right now for $140, the large ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say the most expensive fish that I've ever bought were discus.
Discus. Yes, same here.
Yeah, those are expensive and pretty.
My tomato discus I got recently, they're doing great. I'm actually doing something good this time, I guess. We're gonna keep doing the same thing.
I hadn't so I got to get over there and see what you've got new.
Just found another CPD little bastard. It's like, yeah, those hide. They'll hide.
I've been catching them.
CPD, Celestial Pearl Dania. That's right.
I have a lot of those, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Like over 200-300 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all the fish knowledge.
I'm looking for something new to breed. What do you guys suggest? Anything crazy that no one been able to breed yet?
Well, I started to
Octopus.
say live bears or octopus.
No, no catfish. No. I would not want to do catfish. Any kind of catfish. I don't want to deal with them.
How about pipefish?
Pipefish.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Saltwater.
No, there's freshwater ones, freshwater pipefish.
Those are hard to
Spam
keep.
ones.
You have to.
Yeah, they're
You
hard to keep. Well, it'd
Yeah,
be a challenge to breed them. But yeah, you pretty much got to have live food for them. Like, the best way to keep them is like if you have like a well-established mud shrimp tank that has a lot of babies all the time. That would be a good tank for them.
I got one of those outside in the patio, and I have a little. What do they call them? They're like little crawlers, but they're not big. They're tiny little ones, like dwarf Mexican crawlers. They call them.
Huh.
Yeah, it's with
the Mexican crayfish.
Yes, yeah. I got those and shrimp, and there's a lily in there.
Cool.
Noah says rope fish.
Ropefish.
But,
Oh, somebody's done it. I know somebody's done it.
Any kind of the
I know Oddball Aquatic Cheese was working on that last time I heard.
Yeah.
But, any of the puffer fish would be a challenge.
Puffers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even the little tiny puffers. They're
The
you gotta,
puffers.
Those are easy to
quite a bit
get.
of work
Now,
to get them to breed, but that would be a good challenge.
do they come from the black water, or they come in like river? Where is their where they come from? That's what I want.
Pea puffers you can have in fresh water. They're the little ones, and you got to have like a lot of like they'll lay their eggs in moss, so you need a tank with like a lot of moss in it.
I think
I can get those.
Pea puffers. I thought they're maybe they're. I don't know. I can't remember.
I like the Fahaka.
Pea puffers.
The bigger puffers, the Fahaka puffers.
Oh crap, Pam! I told you to remind me to fill back up the nano stuff.
Yeah,
Pam.
Fahaka puffers in big tank.
There goes Bob blaming me for everything again.
I told you before we started. Remind me to fill up my bowls. I've got the water ready to put in.
That's a softer tank.
Yeah, this one's salt.
How's the batfish doing?
I lost the batfish about a week ago. It's when I noticed it was no longer swimming around, and I looked for it. But, well, what probably happened was that it definitely happened at postmortem, if not before. But, yeah, he's good about grabbing sleeping fish if they're down, and he crawls all the way up here, so.
Oh, well, dang it. I really like that batfish.
I did, too, and he was doing so good, too. I had him,
What happened to him, Bob? Out of curiosity,
he disappeared. He's just gone. He was doing fine. I missed him. and then I couldn't find him. And
What do you think about those saltwater betas?
they're pretty cool. They get
Oh yeah,
big though.
those are cool.
They get big.
They get big, yes.
See, here he goes. So if it's dark and somebody swims by, he smells them, of course, with his
So
antenna smellers.
the hermit crab started tiny little hermit crab, or you got a big?
He was pretty big when I got him.
Okay.
He's gigantic now.
Sorry to hear that, Holly. You just have to try again.
That's his toy. That stuff there. I've got 2 or 3 of those. And anything like he hates anything. Of course, I don't have any plants, but he moves things around and tries to rip them up. There's something for him to do instead
How
of
big is
trying to
that
rip
thing?
parts. This is a 125.
Yeah, that's what's gonna be going in my house one of those days. Next
And
move.
it's a plexi. I love it. I can lift it with one hand with it empty.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to get a nice big tank when I have my own house.
And those are shellfin mollies mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
Really do good on the algae in here.
There's a squirrel fish.
The
Yeah.
red one?
Yeah,
Yep.
That's what it's called, huh? Squirrel fish.
it's a great
pretty.
big eyes.
Yep.
Pretty.
He gets down under the ledges at night, and so far or maybe he's just too big. So far he and the crab haven't tangled. It's a fox face.
I saw a blue tank today, a nice size, not tiny. $95. I was about to buy, almost gonna buy it, but I don't have a big tank for them. That's why I didn't touch it.
I'm probably going to have to move mine in here soon. He's in a 40. That's where he's been for the last, I don't know, 3 years.
Oh, so he's big?
He's growing, but yeah, he's the size of that almost.
Okay.
Yeah, that self-in.
I know a lot of people have breaded saltwater.
Yeah, my tomato clownfish spawn all the time, like once a week or maybe every 2 weeks, whatever their cycle is. But I have never tried to help the spawn. Yeah.
Interesting.
All the time.
Hey, only Oscars. How are you tonight?
Hey, only Oscars.
Yeah, I leave the algae on here. Sometimes I wipe it off on the front on the other side, but lots of these fish love to eat algae. So,
What is the tiny blue one, Bob, with the yellow tail?
those are yellow-tailed. Well, no, they're not yellow-tailed damsels. There are some that just have yellow tails. There's another name, and I can't remember it. I love them and the yellow tails. I've got 5 of those in here, but I've also got like 6 or 8 of the yellow tails in the 40 or the 20, the coral tank. And they don't group up. They have their own territories in here. They're damsels. I don't know if I said that ever. Kind of like the cichlids of the saltwater. They're little punks. That's another damsel there.
Hey, Pam, thank you for having me up there. I'm going to get down in the chat.
Oh,
Good to see you, George.
Okay. Thanks
No,
for
no
coming
worries,
up,
no
George.
worries. I'm really enjoying Bob's tank. I love watching the fish all day like that.
Oh, I got to move on, though. I got to feed it. Thanks, George.
Thanks for coming up, George.
No problem, guys.
Here's Pam's favorite. I just had a water change. I've still got
I always like watching Bob feed his fish.
I know you do, but I think people get bored of it. I lost my pipette between here and there.
See, that's one of the things I love about watching you feed your fish. You're always losing stuff.
I do. It's my freaking phone. I'm like, I even went out to the garbage can last night. I'm like, I've looked everywhere I've been except in the garbage can. And then I'm like, wait, I took some laundry out of the back of the truck. Surely I didn't bring it out here with me. And there it was laying in the back seat. Crazy. I need to get one of those apps that dings or does something every so often. I actually wiped the glass off in here with my hand, so it's not like the best, but while I was filling their tank up. Those fish came from George, actually. He's still in the chat. Those guys. Yazzie.
Yazzie, Yazzie.
Wow. Oh, Guzzy. That's funny. He thinks he's the.
Jump up here. Jump up here with me. Come on. He usually follows me, but he just saw the cat over there. That chair's not usually there, so.
Yeah,
And he and that cat there don't get along, so.
Yes, he must think he's the boss.
Oh, for sure. I don't feel any different. You're there, George? Yeah.
Hey, BJ.
Got some beautiful blue on them, don't they? In there where I was feeding the rainbow fish, I've got 3 of those 25-gallon ready to go. If any of them start to pair up, they'll go in there. And it should be any time. Have you seen the Bulgarian greens, George? I've got 4 of those in here and 3 in another tank in the bedroom. That's what you ought to breed, George. Bulgarian greens. The ones in the bedroom actually look better than these, I think. Yeah, this tank puts me to sleep.
Oh, it's a nice angle.
Yeah, they are. That's the ones that George and Maria and I did a 3-way thing on. George sent me those, and Maria sent George rainbows, and I sent Maria those blue steel epistogrammas.
Nice.
Yep. Nobody had to buy
Hi,
anything.
Glassbox Hero. Hi, BJ.
Hey, Glassbox Hero.
Yep, it's Derek.
Yep, that's me.
Who dat? Who dat? Yeah. Some of their color is really, some of them. I did lose one of them, George. The one that either didn't have an eye or lost the eye here. I had one that I think it lost it here, and it did well for a long time, and I babied it along, but then I finally lost it.
Oh, hey, Danny.
Danny. I was wondering who Glassbox Hero was.
Yeah, that's Danny. Yeah. Yep.
People shouldn't be allowed to change their names because I get confused easily. I'm old, you know.
You still got some years on you.
One of my favorites in here, and I got to move on. Spend too much time at each tank, and then it gets to be 2 hours. Are the redbacks from Dan. There's one, right? And
Okay.
then there's one.
First said, "Who's sexy, boys?" And me, sexy. I don't know.
I think these guys are going to really be something. They're starting to get red.
I remember seeing your stream earlier and wondering who the heck Glassbox Hero was.
That's what I said. I was like, "Who the hell is Glassbox Hero? Why am I subscribed to him?"
Yep.
Yes, George does have a sexy voice.
What do you think about those greens, George?
What kind of the angelfish look like Siamese cats? That's what I think they look like too, as Siamese cats.
That's the Bulgarian greens.
Siamese cats can be very pretty. One of my aunts had a pair of Siamese cats when I was younger.
The cat that I'm fostering, that I'm sure is going to be mine, that Yazzie was given hell over eating, is her name's Mama C. It's like a Siamese name. She came with that name, but I just call her Mama. She has some Siamese in her, but she's blue. But when she looks at you, she's so cross-eyed. I don't know how she even sees, doesn't run
A
into
lot of
stuff.
Siamese cats are.
Yeah.
I like Siamese cats because they make really good drawings.
You know, there's mine. I'll send you some pictures of her. She don't have the definite markings, but
I don't know. I don't think I'd lie. I think I wouldn't mind having a Maine Coon. I think that'd be interesting to have.
They're gorgeous. Yeah, they get big.
But the upkeep, but the grooming is. Gotta keep them well groomed.
Yeah, all that hair. Every now and then we'll get one at the Ark or a mix, and we do have to spend some time brushing them. That's for sure.
I just gave my grandma's dog a bath today. That was fun.
All right, Bubba's. Watch out.
You guys want to hear my stupid for the day?
Yeah.
I put some leftover rice in the oven to heat it up for dinner.
It's still in there?
Before the stream started, and I just got it out of the oven.
I bet it's warmed up.
It's a little bit toasty.
I bet nobody could hear you for him. I couldn't.
I don't know.
Yazzie, something's wrong with you, boy.
I was cooking a baked potato today, and I kept putting it in the microwave and kept thinking it wasn't getting done. So I put it in a third time, and it just cooked it to just inedible state.
That's my rice just about is that. There's a little bit in the middle that's edible, but the rest of it's pretty black.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, basically. Like trying to bite for a dog bone.
Well, I just did a stupid, but I'm not going to share it. I just ran the sink over. Not bad.
Thank you, BJ. Yes, yeah, BJ. I think you're spelling that right.
Himalayan silk.
We had a Siamese cat when I was a kid. It was the only pet that we ever had. And she was an outside cat. And my parents named her Shit and Leave It, which is why she was an outside cat.
Shit and Leave It. I had one when I was like adolescent teenager, and we didn't know to get it neutered. His name was Dusty, and he would scream at night. Where's me? a woman. My mother made me sell him, give him away.
Oh, ours was a female, and first time she came into heat, my parents called, and she was a Siamese cat. My parents called the vet and said they wanted to get her neutered because her screaming was awful. And
Yeah.
the vet says, "Well, you can't neuter her while she's in heat." And my mom just held the phone over by her for a minute and got back on the phone, and the vet said, "Bring her in."
Yeah.
It was pretty awful.
They actually do it now, but they charge more. I think most vets do. Ooh. I noticed on our new vets records they give us back, it says spayed in heat, yes or no. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm no authority on spelling, so
Just sit here a minute and read the chat. I'm probably missing all the cool stuff. Mosaic of Virgo today. Ooh, that sounds nice. Yeah, ragdolls are
Mosaic
awesome.
Blue Wikia. Interesting. I'm gonna look that up
Oh,
real quick.
Bunny, are you talking about cats or fish, Bunny, on the Bulgarian seal points? I think they're talking about cats. We are Siamese, if you please. Avatar is some kind of Bulgarian blue. Yeah, because there are blues. You're right. Bulgarian blues. George. The greens haven't been in the hobby that long. Maybe 10 or 15 years. I've forgotten now. The research.
That's pretty, George. That's a nice plant.
Does anyone know how many kinds of val there is in the hobby? A lot of them.
I've heard of a few.
Oh, hey, Sandy.
Heard of Val, Jungle Val, Twisted Val,
Corkscrew val.
Corkscrew Val.
Did you say Italian, Val? That's the new Fajaka there, you know,
Hey, Sandy.
lost Dharma. So that's got two.
I hope work wasn't too terrible for you.
Bob, don't
Yeah.
forget to add water to your bowls.
Thanks, Pam.
Mm-hmm. To your butt. Nope.
Oh, and there's my medication reminder. I've got that for another hour. That's the new Dharma. Little Fajaka puffer.
That's good. It's always good when work goes easy.
He or she is ravaging those snails that were in there. Looks like a pea puffer. So small that he's not.
Mm.
$40 fish, half an inch long. And the pea puffers are in here. Punks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yazzie, you're a punk. Yes,
Danny
you are.
lists the 5 main types of vowels, each with multiple variants.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well, guys, it is midnight here.
It's 2 here.
So 2
It
o'clock in
is
the
1
morning where
o'clock here.
Bob is.
Just
So
all over the
I
place.
think it's probably time to tell everybody good night. What do you guys think?
All right.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Night. Thanks for having me up.
So, good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you for coming in.
See y'all later.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Bob.